It's your boy Roy Jones Jr. and right now you tuned into World Combat Sports.
Once again, you're tuned in to World Combat Sports, man. What it do? What's good? First and foremost, salute to the World Combat Sports WCS supporters as always. Man, those who rock out with the channel, genuine supporters, boxing fanatics, all of that above, man. Appreciate you pulling up all the time. You know what I'm saying? If you're in the building, I don't have to tell you. Do what you like. You know what I'm saying? Do what you like. You already know the YouTube routine. You already know if you're really supporting the channel what to do. Do what you like, dog. You know, I don't feel I have to tell people to do that. If you really, supporting the content, do what you like. You know what I'm saying? Do what you like. That's my term from here on out. Do what you like. Of course, you see the thumbnail. You know what I'm saying? We have like 25 more days until the clash, the welterweight championship clash, man, of all. But first, I'm going to speak about the lightweight division because the Errol Spencer Dinas Ugas topic is a bit hot, man. It never simmers at all. It's not going to cool off until we see the winner. It's not going to cool off until we got one man standing to face the best welterweight in the sport, Terrence Bud Crawford. That's the only time this is gonna cool down. Until then, I gotta speak on it here and there. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to King Mitch on deck with it. Andrew Charles on deck with it, man. Salute, fellas. You know what I'm saying? Comeback, what up? Ugas will lose. WCS salute. D-Ray Promotions, World Combat Sports, salute fam. Salute to your fam. D-Ray Promotions on deck with it. Yeah, I hear that a lot, especially coming from you. You know what I'm saying? But you see what I put up there. We're going to talk about the Cuban Milagros. All right, Milagros. We're going to talk about that a little bit later. Udinas Ugas is nothing to be played with. And I'm going to say Errol Spence is nothing to be played with. For real. He's looking good in training. You know what I'm saying? He's looking very good in training, bro. For what I see with all the dang, short clips and everything, the videos. And then from what I'm hearing against, with Udinas Ugas, man, he's looking stupendous, looking ready, in damn good shape. That's real talk. You know what I'm saying? Believe me, I've been trying to get down and check out Udinas Ugas training. Think I'm playing. I'm trying to get down to that. But we'll talk about that a little later. We'll give Mitch time to, kind of settle down a little bit and see if he want to retract what he said earlier about Ugas will lose. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to give him a little bit of time to just ponder the thought, relax, find his inner self. Let's talk about this lightweight division, man. Miguel Burchell has chimed in. He's pretty much said, you know what? I'm sending a warning out to everyone at 135 that I'm coming. Miguel Burchell is nothing to play with, dog. Like, I think he still has, as they call it, skin in the game. But, moving up to 135, he's definitely going to be a player up there. Real talk. He's going to, man. Miguel Burchell is going to be a player up there. I like how he's putting the division on notice and letting them know I'm inbound. Yeah, I'm inbound. Get ready. I'm inbound. So I like that about, what he's sending out there. And of course, we are still dealing with the carousel of anticipation, eagerness, anxiety. You know what I'm saying? We're dealing with a lot when it comes to Cambosis. All right. I know a lot of people have heard me call him Cambozo a lot. I think that shit is getting around to the wrong people. I think that shit is getting around to the wrong people, man. But for Cambozo, it has nothing to do with him personally. It's just what I describe him as being since he's picked up the titles. Your language has pretty much become garbled from what you were speaking before you stepped in there with Teofimo Lopez. It's garbled. You have absolutely lived up to nothing that you said you was going to do. You sat up there and criticized Teofimo for calling himself undisputed, but yet you undertake the same title. You undertake the same. You won the belts and you call yourself undisputed. The same shit I've been doing and saying Lopez since day one. You know what I'm saying? He was undisputed. But yet, I never criticized Teofimo for having the belts. You did. So when it came down to George Kambosos, what happened? He changed his IG. He changed it up. But yet, this is what I despise about him not taking the respect of the fight fans serious. He's not a superstar. He's coming off 2 split decision wins before he's stepping in there with Tio. He's nowhere close to being this figurehead that people want to gravitate to and want to pay more attention to in boxing. He's not that guy. So for him to say that he want to clear up any doubt, because YouTube was pushing for Devin to get all this and that and the other, and then negotiations fall out, and it seems like it wasn't the mea culpa, 100% mea culpa of Kambosos. Some of that liability has to be placed in the lap of Team Haney too. But I'm sticking with Kambosos tonight. He said he was going to clear up any doubt. Any doubt to me says, okay, go straight and try to make everything work with Devin Haney so we can get this fight. That didn't happen. So we found out that Lomachenko was one that was at the table. And he was basically sending those papers back and forth to try to seal up those negotiations with Lomachenko. But unfortunately, he is not authorized to leave. They're at war right now, and he is not authorized. Don't think for 1 minute when you hear this agitprop come across your airwaves and it make it seems like, hey, let's put a good face with a smile up there and say that Lomachenko chose to stay over there. No, he didn't have a choice. Let me repeat, he didn't have a choice. Let's not get it twisted. We want to talk about heroism and all this other shit. You call me one first. Lomachenko don't have a choice. They didn't allow him to return back over here to get in training camp to live his luxury lifestyle. Because for them, even though he's one person, they probably looked at that shit like, he probably won't even come back. He hasn't even been over here, about 3 weeks or whatever the time he's been over there. So they said, hell no. But anyway, Lomachenko was in the negotiation process. That fell through. God works in mysterious ways. So if indeed Devin Haney is up next, I hope this shit work out this time. You know what I'm saying? Especially because I'm a little bit exhausted with the why people aren't able to finish up and complete negotiations, consummate the deal with the Haneys. Are they that difficult to negotiate with? Are they asking for too much? Now, one thing I'm not going to do is sit up here and criticize them for negotiating high. I can't do it, man. Now that seems a little funny because it's like, that's exactly what I'm doing, but not so much. Let me explain what I'm talking about. I'm speaking in a sense to attempt to make the negotiations fair for both sides. That means if George Kambosos has most of the belts, allow a little bit of compromise in there. Allow a little bit of compromise. But what I feel with the Haneys is they just go for what they feel their value is. They don't give a fuck about how many belts you got. they're gonna come in there with their price tag and you deal with it. I don't blame them for the strength that they're coming to the table with. You know what I'm saying? You gotta set the bar one way or the other. And I always go back to Teofimo Lopez. If I'm gonna praise Teofimo for negotiating himself from 1.2 to 2, not a PPV star at all, then I can't come in here and criticize Devin Haney for him and Bill negotiating high. But it just seems like this is a fight that you have to make happen. If you don't make it happen, people are going to consider you a duck because you basically made it about money. And that's what it was looking like if Lomachenko wouldn't have went over there to Ukraine. It would have been like, damn, what's next for Devin Haney? And he does have the WBC belt, but it seems like the attention they was giving him when it was Tio involved, it kind of made it more easier because they love to hate Teofimo Lopez. And the reason why I say that is because he had Nakatani, Comey, and then Lomachenko. That's a hell of a three-way gauntlet, dog. A hell of a gauntlet that Tio pulled off. And then to go in there and fight Lomachenko, and he didn't even really put out the first half of the fight. That was a hell of a gauntlet. Did a title eliminator, won the title, and then went for freaking undisputed. Man, come on, it's a hell of a gauntlet, bro. Kambosos didn't do that. Kambosos was the mandatory, and he shined. He became a star, starlight overnight. He didn't become a star. He became a starlight. That means he flickers every now and then. We see him glimmering, but we're trying to see what's next. Let me get some of these comments. Ugas will lose unanimously. Okay, I mean, I can't really debate him losing unanimously. That might be the case, for some people. Apollo said Ugas will win in the ring but lose on the cards. That's highly possible when it comes to money. You know what I'm saying? But I look at this right here. This is the fight. Errol Spence and Ugas is the fight. Just like Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury, to a point. And the reason why I say that is because it's a lot of money riding on this fight. Okay, Deontay Wilder went in there. He had to keep that belt. They didn't want him to keep the belt, but he had to keep the belt for him to be able to face Anthony Joshua potentially. You know what I'm saying? For him to potentially face Oleksandr Usyk, right? But due to all what they call it, the rigmarole, you know what I'm saying? The prior planning, setting the stage for the sabotage, they still haven't got the fight. So it kind of imploded. You know what I'm saying? The plans that they had, they really wanted Tyson Fury to fight Anthony Joshua. That's what they really truly wanted, man. And they was just keeping Oleksandr Usyk on the sideline. And then, shit. Guess what? Deontay Wilder came out of arbitration. That was it. Anyway, I'm getting off track. Back to the lightweight division. Boxing media can be a hyena-like. I wouldn't put anything past the Bella. They might be using Haney name to heat shit up. They announced Loma has been granted a discharge. They also announced that they haven't heard anything back, right? So let's just say, for instance, you are right. You're right, Mitch. Let's just say they're using Devin Haney's name to hype shit up. And Eddie Hearns keep putting out there in the media that Haney and Kambosos is damn near, close to the final stages and all this other shit. Let's just say they're doing that. It wouldn't be anything that we haven't seen over here in boxing before, man. We done seen the rhetoric placed out there. You know what I'm saying? The lies, the falsicities, you know what I'm saying? The narratives, the biased narratives is out there. We've seen it all before. So if boxing is lying to us about Lomachenko coming back over here just to build up the fight, it will be the same thing that happened with Tyrone Woodley and Jake Paul. I told people that he was never stepping in the ring with Tommy Fury. They used Tommy Fury's name to build up Jake Paul's next fight with the boxer, with the Fury name, only to say he pulling out with an injury, and now Tyron Woodley is the one to step in. So what you saying, Mitch, is very close to reality. It's very close to reality. They can use Devin Haney's name to build this shit up, and then all of a sudden, Lomachenko returns. The fight's still on. You say, hold up. How many weeks he got for training camp for this fight? All alone, Lomachenko might have been in training camp anyway. That's possible in boxing. But it'd be damn near impossible for Lomachenko to come back over here without being identified. Like without anyone knowing now. It'd be difficult for a fight of this magnitude for Lomachenko to dip back over here, be in training camp all that time, and no one peeps him out, give him that lens etiquette, and say, guess who's back, y'all? And they show Lomachenko back. But we didn't hear anything about it. Now the media goes crazy and shit. They start digging in. They start talking about the same shit you just said, Mitch. Oh, they were just using Devin Haney's name to build up the fight. That's boxing. But at the end of the day, I'm looking at it like this. If Devin Haney is indeed, which I believe so, I believe Lomachenko ain't coming back for this fight. Seriously. I don't call myself some, person with ESP or something like that. Some psychic. But I'm just saying, like, if Devin Haney gets this fight, for everything that's been put in here since Teofimo Lopez, Devin Haney has to go in there and win. You know what I'm saying? If he goes in there and win, he would be the first to have all the titles at lightweight, to include the franchise title. He would be the first. Everybody that has received that franchise title at lightweight has lost. Would have lost. You would have Lomachenko. We already have three. All right. You have Vasil Lomachenko, Teofimo Lopez, and George Kambosos. Devin Haney defeats Kambosos. You would have 4 franchise belt holders, and Devin would be the only one as a franchise belt holder to hold the WBC super title. You know what I'm saying? He would have been the only one. And it's going to mean something. I don't care what nobody say, talking about, well, they didn't put Teofimo up there. Believe me, the franchise belt is going to be inserted into other divisions, just like it was at the super flyweight division, right? Just like it was at 160. They're going to continue to insert the franchise belt. Then they're going to start talking about franchise champions considered to be undisputed, blah, blah, blah. Teofimo Lopez. He's going to be the first name up there. Then Devin Haney beats Kambosos. He's going to be the next name. But his name is going to stand out because he won all the belts. He cleaned the table. He ran everything in lightweight. He cleaned everything. And I know conversations came up prognosticating if Devin Haney wins. I want Haney to win. Kambosos, I'm tired of Kambosos. I want him to go back to the Outback, find a slingshot. You know what I'm saying? Go out there and hunt some kangaroo with a slingshot, get his ass beat. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully somebody get it on camera and say, oh, look at this fool right here. He went out here antagonizing these kangaroos and they're kicking the shit out of him. Yeah, I want him to get caught out there and pay for his damn stupidity and lying to us, But let's just say Devin wins the fucking titles, dog. People up here asking, is he going to stay at 135? It's time for him to go to 40. This how smooth, clean, get the hell out of town I would suggest for Devin Haney. You get all these titles. Don't even give anybody a chance to get in the ring with you for those titles. Because the way the masses is going to look at it, Devin, is that they need for you to fight another big name. Because now you finally stepped up and you fought someone who is playing the role of a big name. They have the titles. Kambosos is not a big fucking name, but he has the titles right now. So you go in there and defeat Kambosos, they're going to say, oh, he won shit anyway. He's not a Teofimo Lopez. He's not a Vasil Lomachenko. He's not a Gervonta Davis. Look, the only fight. Let me retract because I don't. It's a lot of shit at lightweight. I don't include Javante Davis in because he's with Mayweather, and it just seems like if I was to insert Javante Davis' name in the same conversation with Devin Haney, it'd be just like talking about Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford. I don't think it's gonna happen anytime soon. So the only fight I would say, if by chance he would stay up there at 135, I would say for Javante Davis. The way they've been negotiating and dropping out of fights, Mayweather's not gonna play that shit with Bill Haney. Come on, man. Javante Davis is fighting on PPV. He's not gonna play that back and forth, coming in high and shit just because Devin has the belts. He's gonna say, "Fuck all that, man. We'll stall you out." Javante's gonna be campaigning down here for a while. We're just gonna stall you out, man. Fuck it. But just like I was saying earlier for Devin Haney, people, they would sit up here and say Ryan Garcia. He should fight Ryan Garcia. That'd be a big money fight. That might happen for the Haneys, but if I'm suggesting, I think the 140-pound division with the titles being vacated, it's time for you to get on the road and move to your second division and try to get a title, since the potential is very, very high for Josh Taylor to vacate those titles. The potential is very high. Everybody don't have to defend motherfucking, if they become undisputed, defend the titles just to say they did it. Terrence Crawford moved up and picked up another title in his third division. You know what I'm saying? I mean, look, if you give somebody the opportunity, you know what I'm saying, mandatory, whatever, you're giving them the opportunity, bro, to strip you of all the glory that you now, the halo that's sitting over your head of being a champion, undisputed champion with every freaking title at lightweight. You leave, you vacate, and you go to 140. That's what you leave them with. You take all that glory, you take all that legacy that you just earned at lightweight, and you move and go to 140 and be selfish and don't give them none of them. Let them fight for the titles. What you have, Devin Haney, you would have been able to recover from sitting over there, basically being made a fool of in the media, them changing your belt, got them castigating you all the time, renaming your title, which is a coveted belt with the sanctioning body of the WBC, which is well recognized in other divisions. You can take all that shit with you. Them calling the pride belt and all that. You can take your pride and everything else and foreclose on the damn lightweight division and move to damn super lightweight. Fuck it. Don't mind them. I saw somewhere that Usyk would be allowed to leave to train for Joshua. Listen, the media is gonna put out what they want. You have to understand that that's gonna continue to be the topic of discussion. They're gonna go, Lomachenko this, you're gonna be Usyk. They're gonna go back and forth. Now, it's not impossible for them to leave. I'm gonna even go a step higher and say that there might be some type of money exchange for them to come back, because to whoever's receiving that bond, that cash bond, it means nothing to the person from the sender, because the sender's about to make more money. They just saying, we just need them to get in training camp so we can make this fight happen. We can't do nothing while they over there. We can't do nothing. So, a cash bond might be sent over there. Verification of funds. Boom. Discharge. Back to the life. Get in the gym. Okay. Get in front of the cameras. Talk about what you're seeing over there. Talk about the experience. Build up the damn notoriety and the hype of the fight. All that shit's gonna work for them. Lomachenko and Usyk. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. Tommy Fury is a effing bum. Scambosis. That blooming onion. 13 in the building. What's good? If Haney wins, he's moving up unless Oscar puts Sweet Rye in there with him. I'm pretty sure. Look, when it comes to Haney, everybody think he's food to a point, right? And look, I'm gonna be honest with you. Him and Ryan Garcia will make pretty good money. Seriously, it'll make damn good money. But like I said before, when it comes to the Haneys, they seem about they're all about the dollar bill. I'm not dipping in their pockets. I don't care. They got to make that money. If they stay down here and defend the belts, they got to be damn sure that they can go in there and win. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people are going to say Ryan Garcia has more power than Devin Haney. But each fight is going to be different. You know what I'm saying? Styles make fight. Each fight is going to be different. Speed-wise, Ryan Garcia, he has speed in his hands now. See, a lot of people are going to say, well, all the flaws that Ryan Garcia possesses, like having his chin up in the air and doing that blinking shit when he's throwing combinations, is Devin quick enough, or does he possess the power to make him pay and to close in on that little that time window? Timing is everything. To close in and make Ryan Garcia pay. Because just because you say Devin Haney doesn't have power in this fight doesn't mean he can't go over there and drop Ryan Garcia, because we seen Ryan Garcia drop by Luke Campbell, dog. Two different fighters, I know, but I'm just saying. But Cambozo, man, get this shit together, bro. I really hope it is, because so many people have been pulling for Devin Haney to get this damn fight. All the ridicule that's been sent with him not having this resume and his belt being renamed and all this damn disrespectful, demeaning type shit that you see him out in the media. All that will come to a halt, hopefully. I still think I won't be satisfied till I see him in the ring, because they can say, for the weeks remaining up to the fight, yeah, they're gonna fight, and then all of a sudden Kambosos pulled out. We go back to the Teofimo Kambosos type shit. Oh, Kambosos pulled out. A condition unrelated to COVID. Now we get Keyshawn Davis all over again. Like, look, Keyshawn Davis was at the fights this past weekend, but he had to pull out the fight card for unrelated issues dealing with COVID. But little squirrels tell me that he didn't have anything at all. He's trying to maybe potentially get on another card with a bigger name, if you get what I'm saying. And appreciate and big salute to the source who dropped that. From my understanding, I was told that Keyshawn may be trying to get on another card with a bigger name. Period. So when you heard them say, oh, he pulled out for sources unrelated to COVID, there you go. There you go, bro. I just want to see this damn fight. The lightweight division is so hot. It has so many big names. Teofimo has since moved up to 140. He was a big name in that division. He had the titles. Kambosos basically lifted them off of him. And he's the primary title holder down there. He's a stockholder at lightweight. But like I said before, I don't know if Team Haney, how tough they're going to be in negotiation. I don't blame them for being tough negotiators. You know what I'm saying? But this is only his first division. You know what I'm saying? This is only his first division. It's going to be a lot of fights up the road that he's not going to get if people label him as being, okay, he's one of those individuals that has that overpricing itis. You know what I'm saying? He loves to overprice themselves and go far out of the ballpark than what he know that we can afford for both fighters. And then people are going to think that's selfish, and then they're going to start trying to blackball you and shit. And it's going to be lightweight all over again. They're going to be like, okay, he ain't fought nobody since he moved out of lightweight. Tony Boswell on deck. What's good with you? Say much respect at World Combat Sports in the chat. Stop there and show support and hit the like button. Just got off work. Salute. Appreciate you pulling up there, Tony. Real talk. Salute to you, man. Be safe out there. I know down here, man, we had a hostage situation on the highway. Highway was backed up for hours. You know, we had an individual hijack a freaking Greyhound bus and hold people hostage for a minute. They had a SWAT team out there. Look, the highway was shut down both ways. Imagine how that worked out. The highway was shut down both ways. Anyway, Outback Steakhouse, blooming onion, chicken off the Barbie, mate. Oh man, Outback Steakhouse, blooming onion, chicken off the Barbie, mate. There was another young black fighter that was told by his promoter to pull out of a fight. You talking about Charles Conwell? They told him to say his hand was broke because it was hard to disprove. You talking about Charles Conwell? You know, you see how quick I dropped that on you there, Mitch. You talking about Charles Conwell? You know what I'm saying? That's neither here nor there. I'm not gonna get into it because I fuck with his manager, dog. You know what I'm saying? I like his manager, but I talked to him on the phone. I told y'all that. I talked to Charles Conwell on the phone. You know what I'm saying? And he was in good spirits and shit. And yeah, he felt some type of way because he trying to get that money. He trying to build up his reputation and his ranking at 154. Hell yeah. So he had to take a little small fight. I'm telling you, man, Charles Bad News Conwell, man, he's an issue. You know, Charles is a bad dude, man. We can never basically um overlook the fact that he's at 154 and he's a problem. He's coming too. Trick Noty on deck. What's good? WCS, what's good with you? What's good there, Trick? Appreciate the support you do for boxing, my brother. You know what it is. I don't even have to tell you. You know what I'm saying? Appreciate the support, man. Trick Noty behind the scenes, man. You know, giving these older fighters a moment to hear, allow their voices to be heard, their faces to be seen. You know what I'm saying? To talk on these channels and let the audience hear stories and stuff like that, man. Trick is making that shit happen behind the scenes, man. Big salute to you. Jay Ocha, salute combat, salute to you there, Jay. Mitt said he was supposed to be in one of the million T.O. versus Cambosis cards. I forgot the young man's name, though. He spilled the beans on the situation. He keep on talking about he forgot the man's name. Stop it, dog. It was Conwell. I just told you it was Charles Conwell, dog. Stop it. But the lightweight division, man, it has so much potential for some big fights. But we have a fighter over here, a fighter over there, a fighter over there. I mean, it's just like no one is really in house. That's a big name. Javante's over Mayweather Promotions. You got Ryan Garcia over here. You got Devin over there across the pond. Jesus, man, you got Lomachenko at Top Rank. It would be good if we just had some of them in the same location that was in, considered the top 5 lightweights in the game. So, we'll just see, man, what happens with this situation because it's turned into, the Spence Crawford type of situation. If Ryan Garcia names end up popping up to face Cambosis, it's extreme. Look, this is going to be extremely dissatisfying because it was so many people pushing for Devin to get this fight because he has the last remaining title. Cambosis lied. He really wanted Lomachenko because he somehow in his heart he feels like Lomachenko is going to give him the best value for his dollar. You know what I'm saying? The 2-time Olympian, the 3-weight world champion, the complexion for the protection, all this shit. Former unified champion in lightweight. All that. He feels that the credentials supersedes that of Devin Haney. He can bring more butts to the seats. But right now, we're gonna keep our confidence. We're gonna hope. I have Bill number. I only called him like twice. Not recently, but I called him twice. Not to even be on the show. I just want to talk to him about boxing. And hopefully everything works out for Team Haney. We can get this. We can make this happen. But moving on past this though, just give it time with Lomachenko. Like I said before, if Lomachenko isn't back in the U.S. by mid-April, he's gonna be over there for a minute. Mid-April, by the end of April, he's gonna be over there for a minute, man. Just buckle up. Just get prepared. He's gonna be over there for a minute. The Aerospin situation. Okay, what does Milagros mean exactly, right? So we already know the alias of Yordenis Ugas is 54 Milagros. You know, the 54, his best friend who is a MLB world champion. You know what I'm saying? He's like a multi-time all-star. I think they call him Alderus Chapman. That's been his best friend for a while. So 54 is for his best friend, the number that his Cuban countryman, his best friend, wears. And then Milagros, of course, is, it means miracle. Milagros in Spanish, but in English it means miracle. 54 miracle. So it's 54 Milagros. That's his name. The reason why I put it up on the thumbnail is that many people are looking at this as he's going to need a miracle to come out on top against Errol Spence Jr. Like, this would have been absolutely a phenomenal rise, man. I mean, a phenomenal. Just think about it. If Yordenis Ugas goes ahead and defeat Errol Spence, dog, it would be one of the biggest upsets at this point in time based off notoriety, popularity, whatever you want to blend together. It would be one of the biggest upsets of recent. This will be bigger than Teofimo Lopez, dog. For real. This will. Yordenis Ugas has never been stopped. He has 4 losses. He's hosting 4 losses right now, but he's never been stopped. Never been stopped. And like I said before, people put it out there that he need a miracle to go in there and defeat Errol Spence. What does that mean exactly? Okay, a knockout, you don't have to go to the scorecards, right? It pretty much consummates all that, seals, boom, let's get the decision read. By way of knockout, we heard it all before, right? But when it goes to the scorecards, Yordenis Ugas has to understand, at the end of this, amigo, he has to understand that he cannot go to the scorecards and have this fight a close one and think he's going to walk up by there with that WBA title. I do not believe that one bit. I don't even think it comes close to being reality if he goes to the scorecard. Down for Yordenis Ugas, we don't look at him as this guy who has this crazy, knockout power. Just like I don't look at Spence as having this crazy knockout power, especially not since he moved up in caliber of opposition. I don't see him as that either. Let me get some of these comments over here. I'm trying to do better with staying apart. Appreciate that WCS. Stop to listen for a bit and hit the like button. I work later, so good night, everyone, and salute. Yeah, big shout out to you there, Trick. You know what I'm saying? I know what you got to do, man. Get that sleep. Get ready to work, man. I know what those goddamn shift work, those graveyard shifts about, dog. Over half of my Marine Corps, man, I work shift work. I know what that shit is. For real. Come back, you trying up that bet to Benji? What bet? What bet? I know we have a bet on Ugas winning. Okay. So you trying to say, am I up in the bet to a bill? $11 for yes, 13 for no. Put a period in the chat for yes. A question mark for no. I don't think Ugas upsetting Spence is a larger upset than Kambosos beating Tio. Ugas' name has way more respect than Georgie, I guess. I disagree. This is why I'm saying it, because Errol Spence is on the pound for pound list. Ugas isn't. Right? Ugas isn't. When you notice I said Teofimo George Kambosos. I did not say Teofimo Vasil Lomachenko is bigger than Teofimo George Kambosos, because George Kambosos is a mandatory, and he finally got his shot. It was no hype to his name coming over here. Dude had on like platform shoes. His soles of his shoes was like 2 inches, 3 inches, goddamn motherfucking thick. Errol Spence is on the pound for pound list. He's a big name. You know, people know him. They all, you know, he has a pretty solid fan base to him, right? Even for real, even much bigger than Teofimo Lopez. So if Yordenis Ugas comes in here and defeats Errol Spence with all the talk that's been behind Spence, man, this is going to be huge, dog. This is going to be huge. But then again, if Spence comes in here and not only defeats Ugas, but if he stops Ugas, dog, if Errol Spence stops Ugas, whoo, how big do you think that Terrence Crawford fight is going to start boiling over? Motherfucking embers. The embers are going to start precipitating down from the skies. It's going to be on fire. You know what I'm saying? It's going to look like Total Recall up in this bitch, where you step outside with no gas mask, you burn up. People going to be like, Errol Spence just stopped Ugas. I'm telling you, that would be good shit for a fight to build up for Undisputed. It would be perfect. It would be absolutely perfect, man. It would absolutely be perfect at the expense of Ugas, though. And I'm not going for that. You know what I'm saying? That's not what I'm looking at. I don't even know if Errol Spence is going to make it to the fight. And I believe that Ugas has a pretty good chance. We got 50 on Ugas Spence, up to 1,000 cents. Yeah, man. You know, Ugas is not a guy where I want to invest too much money in him on a bet. My guy is Terrence Crawford. If anything, I'm gonna save all that for T-Bud, because I know Mitch is gonna goddamn drift back into the shadows and disappear. You know what I'm saying? He's gonna be like, that shit gonna disappear and shit, dog. You know how the movies be when motherfuckers be dipping back into the shadows and they disappear. They lie in wait. He ain't gonna be. He's not gonna have the same energy when it comes, if it comes to Errol Spence and Bud. He's not gonna have the same energy, bro. I'm gonna have to put goddamn little. I'm gonna have to come in the chat myself. Like, anybody seen Mitch? Anybody has his number, contact? I just want to put this bread up right quick. But you keep bread out too long, it gets stale. Where you at? Teal was on the pound for pound list. Kambosos wasn't. Kambosos was a mandatory. I never said Kambosos was on the pound for pound list. Teal was on the pound for pound list, we know, because he defeated Lomachenko. But his popularity, let me clarify that his popularity wasn't as big as Errol Spence on the pound for pound list, nor in boxing. His notoriety and popularity didn't exceed Errol Spence. You know what I'm saying? And plus, look what Yordenis Ugas has done. He defeated Pacquiao, and he's a WBA champion. Kambosos, he was a mandatory, for Christ's sake. He came in here off 2 split decision wins. He didn't have nothing going for him. You know what I'm saying? He was a low wattage bub in a Macy's warehouse, bro. People might see it flicker on if they really walk up to the window and put their hands up there. Oh, wow. The pandemic really fucked this place up. That's how Cambosis was. Yordenis Ugas defeating Errol Spence will be way bigger than Cambosis Teofimo Lopez. Absolutely it will. Absolutely it will. Because look, after Cambosis, it was nothing left. It was nothing left after, from the Cambosis Teofimo fight. It was nothing left. Like, what is it? Who's gonna do what? Cambosis lying talking about he was gonna face Haney. We found out that to be a lie. Alex, next question. But this fight right here, for Yordenis to upset the a la carte, right? When the YouTube community has been pretty much speaking on Terrence Crawford, Errol Spence Jr. for years, for Yordenis Ugas to go in there and just totally obliterate, diminish, expunge, erase, omit, all of that shit, it will fuck up the boxing community for a bit. Real talk. It'll fuck us up. It won't fuck me up. You know what I'm saying? Because I was like, good. I mean, shit. Terrence Crawford, I hope Yordenis Ugas goes in there and fight Bud next. You know what I'm saying? But for the boxing community, especially YouTube, I think some dudes are gonna sell their homes, man. They're gonna move to Montana, Colorado. They're gonna do shit that black people ain't used to doing. They're gonna go live up there in the mountains. Because they know up in the mountains, there's no way that they're gonna absolutely run into somebody off this YouTube shit. Look, they gonna goddamn buy a cabin up in the mountains, man, because they just can't deal with it. They don't want to have to visit these YouTube streets again, knowing that Errol Spence is no longer champion. I didn't come over here. Look, for real, I didn't come over here to start this with Spence. I've been chilling lately. I really wanted it to be a good fight. I'm respecting my boy, a cat that I fuck with heavy. That's from Texas. I've been keeping it light on Spence, man, because I respect the cat. You know what I'm saying? I've been keeping it light, dog. You know what I'm saying? I just want to see the fight with Ugas, and then I pick up the intensity if Errol Spence wins. That's if he makes it to the fight. If he wins, then I get back on, okay, this is what it is. But now, there's no skin in the game except with Mitch. That's it. Like, I'm not really investing in Ugas. You know what I'm saying? Just because I'm disinterested in Errol Spence. Am I pulling for Errol Spence to win just so we can make the best fight? I want the best fighter to win. Because either way, they got to come see Bud Crawford, period. I want the best fighter to win, whoever that is. Whether it's Ugas or whether it's Spence. I just want the best fighter to win, bro. That's mine. That's my point. That's why I disagree that Ugas winning would be a bigger upset. It's a bigger fight because Spence is involved, but not bigger upset. Scambo was 13-1 underdog on some betting sites. I'm not really talking about the betting sites because at the end of the day, you know how the numbers fluctuate. I'm more so speaking about the equipment. You know what I'm saying? Both of these guys are champions. Errol Spence has been on the pound for pound list for a minute. Teofimo Lopez, at the end of the pandemic, that's when he jumped on the pound for pound list. Errol Spence was already on that motherfucker. Teofimo jumped on there when he defeated Lomachenko, of course. But if you look up, if you ask anybody about Cambosis coming up there, they was calling him a bum. They was calling him everything. He didn't have no titles whatsoever. But the magnitude of Yordenis Ugas facing Errol Spence and just absolutely, I'm talking about erasing years upon years of talk of Crawford Spence, erasing it, dog. Because with this fight, he wins the fight. Ugas wins the fight. Then it's the grand finale, man. It's the grand finale of the welterweight division. It's the grand freaking finale. We didn't get no finale like that with Cambosis facing Teofimo. You know what messed that up? Devin Haney having the belt. That's what messed that up. Another thing that messed it up is that Cambosis was unknown. You know what I'm saying? You can't tell me that more people knew Cambosis than they know Udenis Ugas. Hell no. Hell no. So when it comes to Cambosis coming in here off those wins, barely squeaking it out, and to have a performance like he did against Teofimo Lopez, man, come on, man. He didn't have a belt. Udenis has a belt. Plus, after the fight, we didn't really have that build up, that backstory like we do with Crawford Spence. This is incredible. This is freaking history beyond imagination. Like this fight has been spoken on. The two best fighter clashing, dog. Like we used to get back in the day. These two fighter clashing, settling the score. Who is the best welterweight? Terrence Bud Crawford, Errol Spence Jr. For Udenis Ugas to come in there and just totally erase everything would be one of the biggest upsets, dog. One of the biggest upsets, man. Because of what's after the fight. You know what I'm saying? There is anticipation. The bubble is huge of what's next after this fight. That's what makes it incredible. If Udenis Ugas gets this belt, these two belts. If Errol Spence get it, they're gonna say, okay, he was supposed to do that. I mean, he already holds this damn hierarchy amongst his fight fans. He's already on the pound for pound list. You know what I'm saying? He had these backstories, this history in sparring where he was going out there hurting people and he was sparring all these bigger guys. Now it's coming back full circle where if he goes in here and stops Udenis Ugas, not so much go the distance, because I don't think he's going to dominate Udenis Ugas for real. I don't think so. But if he goes in here and stops Udenis Ugas, man, a guy who haven't been stopped before. We're not talking about Jorge Linares, all his losses being knockouts. We're talking about a guy like Ugas who has 4 defeats and never been stopped. That would send a message, just like Terrence Bud Crawford stopped Sean Porter. It would send a message. Just like if Ugas stops Errol Spence. It shuts down Texas, bro. It shuts down Texas, man. For real. Because they're able to carry over there without a license now. It shuts down the whole, goddamn compound of Texas. I just want to see a good fight. That's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say. I just want to see a good fight. I want to see the best fighter win, and that's that, man. I don't really have no motherfucking venom. I'm not gonna I'm gonna wait till after this fight, But all I'm saying is my challenge is still out there. Those of you that understand who I'm talking to, I want y'all to get that interview. Y'all got to go out there and get an Errol Spence interview. You fucking with him that hard? Hey, you got to go get an interview, bro. All y'all that's rocking, y'all got to get an interview, man. Y'all have to prove that Errol Spence is fucking with y'all. If none of y'all come back with a motherfucking interview or a picture or something, you're going to hear me turn on this mic. You know what I'm saying? For real. You're going to hear me turn this motherfucker on. Y'all have to do it. If y'all don't get at least one, I mean, come on, you got to get something. Hold up. You got to bring back something, bro. You got to convince Derrick James to let the YouTube community in to Errol Spence's circle for that 1 week to interview, to get some content. Just like I rock with Bud hard, Deontay hard, Michael Williams Jr. hard. You know what I'm saying? Teofimo Lopez, Javante Davis. Y'all got to get some content because I've interviewed all those. I've interviewed all those guys. It don't matter who's in my chat. I interview them. Back to the chat. OTB Boxing Class 101 is in the building. What's good? Salute to you, brother. If this fight's end in a draw, do we want Crawford Spence before the rematch? It's a damn good question, bro. See, I haven't even been talking about no damn rematch. Draw. That's a damn good question. If this fight's end of the draw, I think so highly of what the money is with the finale of Spence Crawford. I don't even think no way possible this fight's a draw. This is not going to be Jermell Charlo, Brian Castano. This is not going to happen. This is not that. This is not that. Why? Because it's not for undisputed. They want them millions. They want Crawford Spence. Once again, they want Crawford Spence, man. I doubt this fight ends in the draw, but it's a damn good question. What y'all think about that question, man? If this fight ends in a draw, do we want Crawford Spence before the rematch? To answer your question, I would say, yeah, why not? But then I have to sit up here and start to peel back layers. What benefit will it be for Errol Spence to go fight Crawford when he may feel that in a rematch he can get that WBA title? I don't know, because look, that'll leave a bit more doubt as to how healthy we believe Errol Spence is if he go to a draw with Yordenis Ugas. I don't know how much doubt it put in his head, but to the boxing community, we'll be like, shit, he went to a draw with Yordenis Ugas? Crawford's gonna fuck him up. You know what I'm saying? So I would want to see Errol Spence face Ugas again. I'm going to totally exclude him facing Crawford because in my opinion, it doesn't make any sense. If he goes to a draw with Yordenis Ugas, what selling power is it going to be for him to step over there and face Crawford? I mean, what selling power? How's the selling power going to be there to face Crawford when there's still a belt out there? This is still not going to be for undisputed. It's going to be absence of closure. So thinking about it, nah. Just go back and face Ugas. And then, of course, Bud will find somebody to fight at 154. Maybe he can go up there and step on Charlo. Maybe he can go up there and step on Charlo at 54. It depends on how this fight come out with Castano. You know what I'm saying? But very good question, bro. Real talk. I got to post that up there. And let me know what the chat think about that question that OTB just asked. If the fight ends in a draw, do we want Crawford Spence before the rematch? A champ losing to another champ doesn't qualify as a bigger upset. That's a bum, according to some. And the mandatory Scambo beating a champ is Tio. Yeah, it is in a lot of fights considered the upset. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have to look at it in a way that, once again, how did Yordenis Ugas receive the belts? Let's go back to Best Putin testing positive, right? Let's go back to how he received the belts, and since then, what he's been able to do with the belt, going from the WBA interim, I believe, up to the WBA Super, and then not only defending it, but stepping in there with Manny Pacquiao. And decisively defeating heavy leg Pacquiao. So this is the last time I'm talking about this, Mitch, because you know what I'm saying, you about to get put on goddamn timeout and shit. Errol Spence is bigger than Teofimo Lopez. Period. Errol Spence is bigger than Teofimo Lopez. Tio is working himself up to where Errol Spence is at right now. But when you talk about Errol Spence, man, you got to say that whatever his monikers are, you gotta know that a lot of people are fucking with Errol Spence. You know what I'm saying? So for Tio to be able to defeat Lomachenko, he was building up his star power, but a lot of that shit went down the drain with all the delays that happened with them pulling out of the weekend because Floyd came in there with Logan. And then, supposedly catching COVID and all this other shit. Remember, T.O. never defended his titles. So he was in the process. He did the unthinkable. He beat Vasil Lomachenko, but he didn't have the notoriety of Errol Spence. Kambosos doesn't even have the notoriety of Yordenis Ugas. Yordenis Ugas isn't a mandatory, but yet he's facing one of the most popular, notable fighters in boxing right now. That's Errol Spence. But what makes it more of a polarizing fight, and it's not for undisputed, is the fact that there's so many people out here that want Errol Spence to win to see him face Crawford. They not only want him to win, they want him to go over here and do something we haven't seen him do in the previous fights as of late when he stepped up competition. They want him to go in there and be dominant, dog. He didn't dominate Sean Porter. You know what I'm saying? He did give Danny Garcia a beating, but I'm just saying they want him to go in there and do something we ain't seen. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. OTB, my answer to your question is no. It is a legitimate draw. That means it was a damn good fight. Well, but in this particular scenario, I look at the titles exchanging or not. In this scenario is a draw. The titles doesn't exchange, and it takes away, pretty much the momentum that it would have. Let's just say if any fighter had all three belts going over there to face Crawford. Let's just say if it's a draw, just because we've been hoping desperately to get this Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford fight, do we want him to go ahead and proceed coming off a draw with Yordenis Ugas? No, it's not the grand finale, man. It's not, you know what I'm saying? It's not the benediction. It's not the finish line. That means one other man now has the power. Ugas has the juice. Because Ugas knows that he just had a pretty decent check with Errol Spence. Errol Spence goes over here, boom. He's going to see one of them for another big check. If it's not a draw, whoever has those three titles goes over there, and that's it. You fight for all the marbles, man, all the crowns. Love it. Still not convinced Spence, Bud Spence happening. I hear you. I hear you, man. I hear you for real. For real. At this point, it's just a competition to make it seem like one guy or the other ducked the fight in the court of public opinion. Perfect. Well said. That's exactly what's going on. But we so over it. We so over this shit. Ducking this, ducking that. It's so fucked up when it comes to the money issue. You know what I'm saying? And public opinion is always going to be distorted, man. You know what I'm saying? It's always going to give you that scribble type perception. That's the way what it's become with this fight, man. It's all over the fucking place. Ugas has Ugas had Manny eating Chris with his eyes shut. Hey, man, shout out to his girl, dog. Shout out to Manny's wife, man, feeding him like that when he was battered and bruised. Once again, shout out to Manny's wife. Because I know some wives up here say, goddamn, you nigga, you lost. Feed your motherfucking self. I heat them ramen noodles up, but goddamn, you know how to hold a fork, right? You know how what heat feel like to your lips, right? Okay, then I ain't goddamn cooking you shit. Now I got to rethink our lifelong commitment. Goddamn it, you lost. Pacquiao was 42 years old, coming off a 2-year layoff. Dundada, we understand that, but what you trying to say, big dog? Like, we know that already. What you trying to say? Like, you're not going to give Ugas full credit? You're going to take away points off his FICO, his boxing FICO, because Manny chose to chill and stay out the ring for damn near a damn millennium. No, we can't do that. We got to give Udenis his full credit, dog. You know why they done dollar? Because if it would have been Errol Spence that defeated Pacquiao, these dudes would have been running around YouTube in flip flops, goddamn biker shorts and shit, acting like a goddamn fool. They would have look. They would have got found out new motivation to go train. You would have started seeing Errol Spence channels going up here and doing videos in the gym, doing mid training and shit. Man, he defeated a legend. Man, they would have been goddamn running around these YouTube streets, man, with sparkles and shit. Ugas gave Manny a career change. Man, a politician. Well, he was that before. He just didn't say he was going into politics after the Ugas lost. That's not true. I know that for a fact. He was an elder statesman before that. Errol was bigger than T.O. That's obvious, but you can't convince me Ugas winning. God damn it, Mitch is still on this shit, dog. But you can't convince me Ugas winning is a bigger upset than Kambosos beating T.O. I'll let you have that because you're going to be relentless the entire time I'm on live, so I'm gonna let you have that. But goddamn it, make sure you ain't too far when that $50 is inbound. You know what I'm saying? Cash App, not YouTube. Cash App, not YouTube. Jay Smith on deck, man. Salute to you. Yeah, Don King is still promoting. Absolutely. From what I understand, it's going to be Trevor Bryan and Daniel Dubois. Can you believe that? That's going to be a good fight for Trevor Bryan, man, because, you know, him coming off defending his WBA regular title, he is a champion over here, but, you know, people said, oh, he ain't a U.S. champion. There ain't no U.S. champions over here because they said that Trevor was freaking Jamaican. You know what I'm saying? That's how petty people get. Like when it comes to Mexican fighters, you know, it depends on where they was born. You know what I'm saying? Were you born in Mexico or were your parents born in Mexico? Oh, you was born in California, but your parents are Mexican? Motherfucker, you American. You know what I'm saying? I'm only mentioning what I experienced. A dude that's coming out the city, experiencing that shit in the service. On cats being from DR, PR. You know what I'm saying? I'm thinking anybody who speaks Spanish, nope. Cubans, no, don't sit up here and compare them to Mexicans now. And then for the Mexicans, it's according to if you was born in Mexico or not, where your parents was born. That shit is serious, dog. Why you ask that, Jay Smith? Why you ask that? Don King is still promoting, but he's doing he has a small amount of attention right now. You know what I'm saying? But from what I understand, he did win the purse bid for Trevor Bryan and Daniel Dubois. Ugas versus Spencer is going to be another nip and tuck fight like Porter. Yeah, because Bud gonna nip that chin. That's what that's about. He already made one fighter retire. It's time to make Spence retire if that shit happens. See, I said I wasn't gonna go there. You know what I'm saying? Stop trying to be an instigator there, Dundada. Chill, bro. Cause you're gonna goddamn spark up that life. A bunch of idiot judges and jurors in the court of public opinion. The bailiff is drunk and blind. Court stenographer has no fingers. You know damn well a stenographer cannot be in that position with no fingers there, Mitch. You know damn. Now the bailiff can be drunk, bro. And the judges can be idiots and the jurors, you know. But you know damn well the stenographer cannot be having that damn job with no fucking fingers. Ain't no way in hell, dog. I agree. They would have said Spence was number one pound for pound with the win over Manny. Absolutely, man. I don't know if he would have been able to surpass Canelo the Great. I don't think just defeating Manny Pacquiao, he would have been able to pass Canelo. You know what I'm saying? Even though, to be honest with you, it's nobody on Canelo's record that's a Manny Pacquiao that he's defeated. Nobody. There's nobody on Canelo's record that's a Manny Pacquiao. Nobody. Come on, Jay. You know that was cream of the week. Miss Jenkins was feeding Pac-Man. Damn, not cream of wheat now. Dubois' weakness is an average jab. Man, you ain't never lied, man. Look, we all looking forward to see. We know Dubois came back since then, okay? But obviously he's going in there with a much more competitive fighter than Trevor. From what I understand, that shit is happening. So what's about to happen? Dubois is getting his title shot. You know what I'm saying? Trevor Bryant is the WBA regular title. That is considered the world chip. With that world chip, there's going to be a championship fight. So I'm looking forward to it, man. And Trevor, I know you pop up every now and then. If you can, I want to get that interview, bro. You know what I'm saying? I want to chop it up with you. But yeah, Jay, he has a problem with avoiding a motherfucking jab too, as we seen in the fight where his left eye was just motherfucking battered, dog. Not true. Beating a beltless Pac-Man would not have put Spence number one pound for pound. Canelo, Usyk, Crawford spots wouldn't have changed in my books. Pretty much. It's not even up for debate. Pretty much. I mean, yeah. You know what I'm saying? But it's good for conversation. I don't know why I miss trying to be the Grinch tonight, dog. I don't know. It's not even nowhere close to Christmas, bro. Damn, be a team player, dog. Hello, mom. My bad, WCS. I was just tuned in. Yeah, King, man. He ain't trying to be a team player today. He trying to come in here and be an agitator. I think he was one of them dudes during the pandemic, was up there starring shit. Got there, had a rock in his hand, looking around, then throwing it towards the protesters. Had a damn mask on, couldn't even see his eyes and shit. But man, what I want to happen may not happen. Like we all say, we don't even have any idea of this fight actually taking place with Spencer Crawford. But what we do have on the docket is what's coming up in April. And I think it's going to be a better fight than what people think. Like I said before, of course, Errol Spencer's never been stopped. He's undefeated. But for Ugas, he does have losses, and he's never been stopped doing those losses. So it makes for a very entertaining fight. You know what I'm saying? With Spence coming off DSG and Ugas coming off that tremendous pound for pound win over Manny Pacquiao. You know what I'm saying? Oh, man, you can't ask for anything else, bro. I would prefer Don King over Bob or Eddie. Don King gonna put his time into promoting the fighters and having big events during the build up to his fighter fight. Yeah, Don King is trying to put on these fights, man. That's a triple OG right there. Real talk. Don King, the triple OG, man. He ain't been in the limelight like he was back in the day. Holding the flags, U.S. flag, and whoever his opponent was. I mean, we missed that about Don King. But you have to understand how old Don King is now. He's still trying to do a little bit, bro. You know what I'm saying? But he's a triple OG in the game, dog. Don King's a triple OG, man. He came up in the Bob Aarman's a triple OG, bro. They've been in the game so long, man, and been through and seen so much shit. You got to give them their props, man. Keyshawn Davis said he too good for Belanga card. I agree. Yeah, man. Like it was filled with Puerto Ricans, which, hey, man, in that footprint, why not stack it with Puerto Ricans? Fighters, especially if they Puerto Ricans in the name of, Xander Zayas. You know what I'm saying? He's coming up in the game. You feel me? Like they had a big, Puerto Rican presence, not just in the ring, but out the ring. There was a lot of fan support there. People terrorizing Edgar Berlanga. Man, you have to understand one thing, right? And I've learned this too. I would be the one to sit up here and criticize a performance, and I still do. But in boxers like Edgar Berlanga's case, he's selling tickets, dog. They're gonna continue to give him, like, you can't say his last three fights was bums. You can't say that. But with a guy like Edgar Berlanga who's selling tickets, man, he's gonna continue to get fights. You have to understand, Edgar is 19-0, and he has had shaky fights. You know what I'm saying? Not so much the Demond Nichols fight, but his last his fight before last, and this one he just had against Steve Rose. He's still gonna get fights. He's still gonna get paid because he put butts in the seats, man. Put butts in the seats. Real talk. Speaking speaking of Don King's, speaking of Don, his cards were stacked with Chavez Senior being on Tyson's undercards. We need fewer fight cards, quality over quantity. It's hard to get quality over quantity because fighters are coming in for the money now. They coming in here. Hold on. Fighters are coming over here trying to get top dollar. And plus, it's different for the promoters to recoup that money. We already know what's going on over at PBC. And it's just bad with the pandemic. I mean, boxing damn near died. It was damn on its last post, man. Boxing damn near died during the pandemic. Some fighters that was fighting before the pandemic struck and they had to find jobs, they haven't even came back to the sport yet. You know what I'm saying? Because they had to make a living. They might have had kids, they had family they support. They say, man, I don't care if boxing shit, man. I'm keeping my job. I'm keeping my job. Some of these fighters have me return back to boxing. If it was cream of the wheat, it was porridge from Goldilocks and the Three Bears. I can't believe I'm up here reading Mitch's comments tonight for real. What's your thoughts on Tucker performance Saturday and Tim Bradley criticism of him? What did Tim Bradley say, first of all? Because he said, on Berlanga, he'd go from the chosen one to a phony. What did he say about Jahad Tucker? Because he said plenty of things about Jahad Tucker, man. Like, what exactly do you mean? So for Jahad Tucker, of course, he was showboating, but he did give you that energy and that activity that you look for in his punch output. Giving his fighter that present pressure, being in his face. Jahad, he gets away with doing things that so far nobody has made him pay for, like leaning, over at the waist a little bit, drawing your opponent to either jab or send the two just so you can counter. And then just the activity and the gas tank that Jahad usually have. It looked like he got tired a little bit in this fight for whatever reason. It can be many things, but when he went over there and stood in the corner, when it was an active round, the round wasn't over. Yeah, people's gonna feel some type of way about it. Of course. And, you got Timothy Bradley on the sidelines. Of course he's gonna be critical. That's not the first time he's critical. He's been on record as saying Jahad, need to stop showboating and this, that, and the other. But hey, one thing I know about him and his pops right now is that they damn confident in what they have in Jahad and they his younger brother is coming up. Both of them dudes can fight. Jahad's in the division at 147 where sooner or later they're gonna have to end up giving him a notable name. You know what I'm saying? Some of the shit that Jahad does in the ring, you can't teach. I say that over and over again, like his movement, everything else. These fighters are fighting quick returns, man, to build up their record. They're gonna have fights like that. They're gonna have fights that they don't look like they did when they went in there with Akeem Black or Charles Garner. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna have those downsides, but they still got the victory though. That's what counts. They still wiped the nose. You know what I'm saying? He went in there and wiped his opponent's nose, and that's what you do. You put another win on your record and keep it moving. But man, I support Team Tucker, bro. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to his pops. These fighters got the WBC Diamond Silver Belt working as a Subway manager. Hey man, in some cases, in order for you to get that damn title, to get that shot, you gotta have that diamond and silver, man. You gotta work your way up the damn transient, bro. You gotta jump that turnstile and keep it moving and catch the damn train to the next station. That's what it is with them diamond and silver belts. And they look better than I thought in person. I wouldn't mind getting no diamond and silver belt. They look pretty damn good, man. Said Tucker showboat too much. I don't think you're gonna look. Check this out. I seen Jahad Tucker showboat the same way when he was in there with Brian Norman Jr. You know what I'm saying? He it ain't nothing different. I seen him do the same thing in the ring on TV, and I seen him do the same Brian Norman Jr. And anybody who know the assassin, he don't come in there and do no showboating. He gets straight down to it, and it's all war for him. But I seen Jahad Tucker do what he do. That's in him, man. That's what's in him, bro. Man, that's what's in him. If they criticizing him now for showboating, and they're gonna continue to criticize him because that's in him, man. That's what he does. That's a part of his freaking performance on stage, off stage. That's what he fucking does. And then when a fighter touch him up, he hurry ups and try to return that. You know what I'm saying? He try to run it back quick and get that back. I mean, his mentality is what it is, man. They can continue to criticize him and just look forward to his next fight. That's all I can tell you, bro. But good question though. Good question. I want to ask y'all what y'all thought about Shushu Keratin. How he made them that adjustment, man, and landed that right left. Brutal knockout, bro. Brutal knockout. Like he was in a fight for a second there. You know what I'm saying? But shout out to Shushu. Dude looked like he like 12 years old, but he throwing the motherfucking bombs. Like he made the adjustment on his opposition, set him up real nice, and closed it out with a right left. And his opponent was in a bad place, man. When a guy get knocked out like that, yeah, that can be bad, man. They may not recover or whatever, but he knocked him out pretty bad. You know what I'm saying? So what y'all think about Shushu Keratin, man? His potential in the game. How far do y'all think Jahad Tucker is off from facing somebody in the top 15? Because it's coming. You know what I'm saying? It's coming. The Zone built a nice undercard for Canelo card. Yeah. Yeah, this we have to like wait for his Canelo live though. But you can put that shit in the chat though. Some serious young American talent coming at 147 right now. Yeah, 147, man, got some serious damn upcoming rising talent up there. You know what I'm saying? And we'll see how that plays out. We'll see how that plays out, bro. Because first of all, we gotta get this belt situation, which is good. The belt situation figured out because what we do know is whoever becomes undisputed, if it happens at 147, they're not gonna be there long. It don't matter if it's Crawford, Spence, Ugas, they're not gonna be there long because Ugas is 35 years old already. He has to be thinking about either retiring or moving up to 54. He's not gonna be there long. I don't think Terrence is going to be there that long. I don't think Arrow is going to be there that long. It's going to be the changing of the guard where you're going to see Ennis ushered in, Ortiz. You know what I'm saying? There's plenty of people at 47 that's going to start making a name for themselves. It's only a matter of time. You got so much that's there, man. You got so many names that's still there. Like, you still got Sean Porter hanging out. Danny said he was moving up to 54. We don't know what the fuck he's doing. It's plenty up and coming, man. They're gonna be on the scene. Shoo showed a different level. Dog Saturday, good scrap. I agree, man. Shoo, he didn't. I don't think he bit down his mouthpiece. I just think he made adjustments and he really pressed down hard on the gas on this guy. He said, "Damn, this guy is goddamn trying to put my name on his resume." No, we ain't having that shit. They high on Shoo right now, dog. They high on this dude. So he had to switch it up, man. Put on a different suit. Say, okay, I'm more comfortable now. God damn it. No, I take that back. He took off the suit and put on a goddamn 3-button polo like Canelo. He said, damn, that suit was keeping me a little bit balled up. Now I got more flexibility. Fuck all that. I'm good. I like how Bradley breaks down fights sometimes, but he be over there acting like he's the pound for pound his entire career. Like we didn't see Provodnikov, the shit learned in elementary school out of him. Man, I would give Timothy Bradley much respect for being tough as he was, Desert Storm in the building. You know what I'm saying? I salute him for his toughness, man. Now that Provodnikov fight, we know damn well as a brother, we don't get in wars like that. But somehow, some way, Bradley might have been discombobulated, bro. Delirious, dizzy. For him to try to sit up here and prove that he can stop Provodnikov, a guy who was used to taking punches and deflecting them with his fucking head. Provodnikov was used to that shit. His defense was his face. So when Bradley decided to stop using his feet and banging out with Provodnikov, you know it was going to be terrible, dog. And he's sitting up there talking how long he was slurring his speech after that fight. Yeah. Yeah, of course, dog. I'm just happy to see him be able to continue his career on the outside the ring apron. He's still attached to boxing at a top promotion, top rank. You know what I'm saying? Him and Andre, they're able to have employment to continue to make a living. And then another thing, I like how approachable Timothy Bradley is. Timothy Bradley is an approachable guy, man. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate about him. Fought the way he fought. I know he got a lot of slack for the Pacquiao situation. Can you blame Timothy for that shit? But motherfuckers making death threats to him and shit. You can't fuck with a Filipino fighter like Manny Pacquiao and get over on a win and expect the storm not to roll in. So I'm glad he was able to get past that. You know what I'm saying? And still have a career. Just like SOG. Ortiz fasting for 3 straight weeks trying to make 147. Yeah, I heard McKinson up here talking about that shit. McKinson was up here talking about he doubt Ortiz goddamn make 147. That's the thing. That's what I like about Xander Zayas. I said this plenty of time. Xander was at 147. He said, fuck that. I'm going to 54, man. I'm not even going to goddamn put myself in a predicament to lose. And I'm not feeling good about this weight loss. So Xander said, fuck it. I'm out. He left. You know what I'm saying? Now he's campaigning at 54 where he feels comfortable with the weight cut. I like that. I like those adjustments. A grown man making decisions for his career. Timothy Bradley was high in the pound for pound list. He's been keeping it down the middle, even with top ranked fighters. Sometimes he's down the middle, neutral, and sometimes he's biased though. You know what I'm saying? That's just what it has to be. Like them guys cannot be in the position unless they bring some type of controversy to what they're saying. They're not going to be in that position long if they want to go clean cut, by the book all the fucking time. They're not going to hold a position for long. Thurman would be there at 147. He ain't going to the super welterweight. He acting too bougie to fight the youngest though. I don't know what Keith Thurman has going on right now, to be honest. I don't, man. I don't. He beat Barrios. Okay. He was 140 pounder moving up. Okay, man. And a part of me don't like. I mean, I can't sit here and say I don't like Keith Thurman. Like Keith Thurman's promo ability, I like him being a freaking mouthpiece for boxing, being able to speak up. talk up his fight. He kind of had the no. I can't say he had the Blair Cobb going on. Nope. Because Keith Thurman at one time was one time for the one time. Blair was never the one time at all. We found out he was just lying. You know what I'm saying? Keith Thurman set the example for Blair Cobb to emulate. Blair Cobb wanted to be, he's already had the complexion down. He was light skinned. So therefore, he tried to emulate Keith Thurman, talk that shit. But you got to go in there and win. Even though Keith Thurman lost, Keith Thurman was unified welterweight world champion, bro. Blair Cobb was absolutely nada. But this is not a Blair Cobb hour. You know what I'm saying? I have to allow Blair Cobb time to recover, grieve, because he is grieving. And then maybe Mitch can get him for an interview on his channel. You know what I'm saying? Bradley said he still feel that fight to this day. Wow. That's bad. If he's still feeling that fight to his day, that means it's going to get worse as he aged. For real. Bradley forgot what elementary school he went to after the Vodnikov fight. Man, Vodnikov, man, he was giving it to Bradley, man. And Bradley was giving it back, but no, bro. Thurman needs to fight Mikey or Regis for king of catchweight titles. You really think Mikey will give him that shot? Regis now, Rougarou will. But at a catchweight, like you said, Rougarou is not going to fight at 147. Regis is pretty much, like I said the other day, he signed with Probellum and he's looking for that title shot. He's going to get it too. Especially if Josh Taylor vacates, Regis is going to get that title shot, bro. Thurman was a bad dude. Thurman was the one time for the one time, man. Then he went to sometime to no time. And then Blair tried to pick up the torch that he seen over there burning. He said, oh, wow, this is Thurman's torch. So he tried to carry that motherfucker and start shaking and shit and drop that bitch in the motherfucking fountain. Drop the motherfucking torch in the fountain, dog. The fire went out. He went out. Back to the living room he go. Shout out to Blair Cobb. It was good while he lasted, bro. You good for TV. You know what I'm saying? They need to put Blair Cobbs in Creed 8, 9, whatever. They need to put Blair Cobb in a motherfucking movie somewhere. He can speak his shit. You know what I'm saying? I do that, man. Put him on the silver screen, man. Because I don't know how far he can go in boxing being that old and getting stopped the way he did. I don't know how far he can go, bro. If Bradley didn't take that knee, he was getting stopped, period. Hey, we can say the same thing about Miguel Cotto too. You're right. If he didn't take that knee, he would have got stopped. Sometimes the knee is good. Get that rest, even though it's a short rest, and get back up and try to continue to recover. So pay the verse. Rougarou for the WBC vacant lightweight title winner fights Jack Catterall. Jack Catterall, man, he deserves that. You know what I'm saying? And also Cepeda. Cepeda proves that he's a very entertaining fighter. Regis Progress proved that he's a very entertaining fighter. That trio right there is very good for TV. What? Cepeda versus Rougarou? What? That shit's gonna be wild. And then Catterall get the win. That should be wild, dog. Oh, Shaqy Foster coming. He's coming, dog. He just have to keep on winning. He's coming. He feels that he's the next. All he has to do is keep on, putting away the wins. Just like Jahad Tucker, keep on putting away the wins, building up your dang Wall Street. Keep on building up your fan base. Have people want to come out and see you. You know what I'm saying? When they put you on that co-main event now, that's when you're doing some pretty decent things. Like Not just being on the main card. That's outstanding. But just to be the co-main. You know what I'm saying? Like, you see how fast they moving Xander? Xander fought 6 times last year. 6 times. Crazy. Smartest knee I ever seen. So you trying to tell me that knee was smarter than Kaepernick? That knee was smarter than Kaepernick, dog. That's what you trying to tell me? Man, y'all got jokes, dog. Jay said Chris Colbert DM Blair like, "You're not alone, my brother. You're not. I understand." But see, Chris Colbert, one thing about Chris Colbert, you can say that he was knocked down. Chris Colbert was knocked down. He was knocked down. Now, when you want to talk about sharing the embarrassment of it all, yeah, of course. Of course. Both of them share damn near equal real estate in the embarrassment. Absolutely. Chris was talking so much shit. Blair was talking so much shit. And man, they got done dirty, man. It could have been much more dirty if one of them would have got stopped, period, like laid out on the canvas, man. Laid out. That would have been the worst. Man, it's been a pleasure as always, man. I'm about to jump up off here. Got some things to take care as always. Salute to y'all for pulling up once again and supporting WCS, man. Continue to support the content, man. 2022. You know what I'm saying? Check out my IG. Check out worldcombatsports.com. It does exist. You know what I'm saying? I barely mentioned it, but it does exist. This all the shit I'm running on my own. IG, worldcombatsports.com, man. Facebook, World Combat Sports. Whether it be my page, my group. You know what I'm saying? Twitter. I'm on Twitter every now and then. And of course, YouTube. You know what I'm saying? Check out YouTube. Check out my catalog or whatever. Shout out to Team Williams, Roy Jones, man. Back on deck next month. You already know what it is. Salute to Team Jahad Tucker for getting that 7th victory. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Showtime. He did an outstanding job doing media this past weekend. You know what I'm saying? He's an intricate role player with Jahad Tucker. You know what I'm saying? He's doing his thing out there. He's grown tremendously. So shout out to Showtime Shot News, man. And big shout out to y'all who tuned in to the broadcast tonight. Till then, man, turn up and tune in to World Combat Sports, man. I'm